Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your monthly horoscope, and this one is for you, Libra. Here we come into September, and the sun is shining in Virgo through the 21st. This will lend a bit of a quiet feel to this month, even though we've got Mars stationing retrograde in Aries, which could stir some things up. There's a bit of an introverted vibe going on for Libras where you may feel like being alone a little bit more. Get some extra rest because things are going to get busier for you once the sun moves into your sign on the 22nd of this month. So take a few time outs during the first few weeks of September. We've got the Pisces full moon on September the 2nd, bringing clarity to your work life or a health-related matter. It's going to be easy to see what you've been overly idealizing around this time. If you've thought something would take a lot less time than it would take, the Pisces full moon could give you that awakening so you can adjust your timeline if you've committed, let's say. You can summon this full moon energy to make self-care part of your daily schedule. And it's also a great full moon to look at self-defeating habits. They could really become more glaring under the full moon, and it can help you to identify and let go of them. There's a releasing energy available through the sign of Pisces that's really good for getting rid of bad habits. First, you have to identify them, and then you can work with that and hopefully be a little lighter with that. Now, Mars is going to be in fiery Aries all month. It's been in Aries since the very end of June, and it's spending a long time in Aries. Mars rules Aries. That is a lot of fire, a lot of this very bold energy, and it's opposing your sun. So Libras may really be feeling this one. I'll tell you a little bit about it because there are things that you can do. And if you're really curious about Mars retrograde, I've done an entire video just on that topic because it's pretty big astrological news. This only happens every couple of years. But what's happening is it's stationing retrograde in Aries September 9th. The cycle of the retrograde lasts until November 13th. And with this happening in the coming months, it's really important to check ourselves before reacting. There's an impulsive, sometimes combative energy that goes along with this that could lead to confrontation and power struggles. So you want to have a heads up that this is kind of in our atmosphere. And then you can learn how to work with it productively. Don't feel that all is lost. That's not the case. This Mars retrograde cycle will feel pretty personal for some Libras, especially if you were born October 7th through 22nd of any year. You might be resolving a conflict with a current partner or need some closure on the past with a past partnership. It's an excellent time to work consciously with feelings or especially anger, I would say. But you need to get clear about your role in any relationship and take responsibility for your actions. I think one of the results of Mars retrograde in Aries can be to blame because it's opposite your sun. So it's kind of like, no, you did it. But really takes two to tango, as they say. Libras do have an innate sense of fairness. So I think when you look deep down, you'll find, okay, here's maybe something I could have done differently. And the idea is to work through any anger from the past and try to think about your goals beyond the heat of the moment. What do you want to accomplish if you are going to speak up for yourself, for example, in any type of relationship? It doesn't have to be romantic. This can help you, but just proceed with caution and definitely plan out what you need to express if you do feel you have to stand up for yourself, so it's not just happening spontaneously. That's where we can get into trouble with Mars retrograde. And Libras are so good at being diplomatic. This is where you could really shine, when you're aware of the astrology and you decide to bring forward your inner diplomat to solve problems. Now, we've got Jupiter stationing direct on September 12th in the sign of Capricorn. And this could lend some luck and an optimistic mood to your living situation or family relationships. The coming months are going to be a favorable time to attract the resources that you need to improve your home life. And with Mars stationing direct on November 13th, you'll have the cosmic green light after that date to sign leases or real estate documents. So I've been working with some clients. It seems like a lot of people are thinking of moving. It's interesting. And I've been getting Libra people. And I am telling them, okay, if you can avoid signing a contract between September 9th and November 13th, that is the best. But that means this fall is actually the time to research, because by the time you find something, you can be lined up so that later in November or in December, you're ready to sign, move, do your thing. So that's some tips of working with this Jupiter retrograde, which is now stationing direct on the 12th. Now, we've got the new moon in Virgo on the 21st, and this offers support for goals related to regular spiritual practices, psychological healing, listening to your intuition, and taking charge of your schedule in order to have more time to yourself. Be sure to set those new moon intentions. Even though we're in retrograde cycle, it's very important to use these new moons. That's when you do have the most astrological support for intention setting, and they will come to fruition. It could just take longer during retrogrades, and some intentions by their nature take a lot longer than others depending on how elaborate they are. So keep all that in mind. We've got the sun entering your sign on the 22nd. Happy birthday to any Libras out there born September 22nd or after that. And this is the fall equinox for the northern hemisphere and the spring equinox for the southern hemisphere. But all over the world, it's Libra season. And this is all about celebrating our accomplishments with others, seeing what we've gotten done, giving each other a high five, and encouraging ourselves to keep going. What else can we do? So if you want to learn more about the equinoxes, I encourage you to go over to janspiller.com. When you become a member, you're going to gain access to all kinds of articles. I write about all the current astrology. But Jan Spiller was my mentor, and she passed away in 2016. Her wish was to keep the website going as her legacy so people could benefit from this astrological information. And we're so honored to have some of her original writing on the events that are more timeless, like an equinox or solstice. That's always going to be expressed in the same astrological sign. The dates might shift by a day or two, but they're pretty well anchored. And she came up with rituals to celebrate these times of years. And these are her unique rituals that she came up with. So I just feel so happy that we have that available. And I encourage you to go check that out on our website. Now, I hope you can make the most of this month's astrology. There is a lot going on, but when you take it slow, take a deep breath, we can get through this. And happy early birthday next month. There's a lot of October Libras as well, and can't wait to give you your birthday horoscope. Hope everything goes well for you this month. Be safe, be well, and I will see you back here next month with your horoscope.